Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Faith, day 21, continuing with our legacy theme. And it's a simple image with a quote. And I think we've been asking this question all throughout the month in a lot of different ways. But it simply says this: what is your legacy? Now, this is a great question to ponder. And I think it's a question that probably most of us don't consider real time or in the moment, because let's be honest, we don't really want to think about like what people will think of us when we're gone. In a sense, legacy almost kind of entails that we got to think about like us not being here and what others or how others will remember us by. But I don't want this to be morbid. This should actually be a helpful thing and a positive thing. And, I kind of want to tie it back to yesterday's devotional. Legacy is more than just kids. And I think, for some, that's our default, and for others you feel like, oh well, can I create a legacy if I don't have kids, or if the relationship with my children is kind of skewed? And the answer to that is yes, you can create a legacy, you can leave a legacy. And so I want this to kind of be a broader thing. Let's kind of expand our minds and our hearts a little bit and think bigger or beyond just the kind of conventional method of thinking of a legacy. And specifically, I want to kind of use the illustration of a couple that's been a huge blessing to my wife and I and our family. They're not family members. We're not their kids. We don't even live in the same state. In fact, they live in Washington State. We live in New York State, so they're opposite end of the country. But for years, this is 2019, so I would say 10 or 11 years. They've been avid supporters of my wife and I, just mentoring, investing in us, blessing us, with just incredible thoughtfulness and intentionality and support. When we were struggling, they were there to encourage us and say, hey, you guys can get through this. And when I think about legacy, I think about this couple because I think about all of the things they've invested in us. And I think about all the things that they've passed on to us. And like I said, we're not their kids. We're not their family. In fact, they've got 2 adult children of their own. They've got jobs and responsibilities, other things that, in a sense, would take priority or precedent over us. But every single month, every single birthday, they're so intentional about reaching out and making sure that they know, or that we know, they're praying for us and that they're caring about us. They spend time to visit with us. And I think about that and I realize like they're creating a legacy. And the legacy that they've passed on to us is a legacy that I want to provide for other people, not just my own daughter, not just people that are close to me, not just people that I quote like, but really they've set an example of how to create a legacy. And so I think no matter who you are, no matter where you are, like we said yesterday, like the gifts that God has given to you, those are all things that we can utilize to create our legacy today. So what is your legacy? What do you want it to be? What would others say about you? What would you want to do today, starting today, so that when people talk about you or the impact that you've had on their life, they would look at the legacy that you've left in a fond and impactful way? Those are questions we can answer. Those are questions we can take away from today and utilize to encourage our faith, to strengthen one another, and to move forward. Thanks, guys, for tuning in today, and we'll see you back here on Everyday Faith tomorrow.